because we come from Matabeleland and a group of all Matabeleland citizens, singabantu siyisizwe sikamthwakazi, asilwe le muntu my citizens. We are only simply harnessing skill set for CCC.
Sorry, no, can I just come in there?
Okay, thank you.
No, thank you very much, because you see, I have to, so that if my network is gone, I'll be able to have also point it out. Someone just sent me a message to say, okay, so why do you guys, or you're saying the party suppose this is called Mtwakazi? So I wanted to explain. Look, the reason why I've come here on behalf of the Citizens Coalition for Change, on behalf of President Nelson Chamisa, who has given me the mandate and the official responsibility to come and speak tonight, because the president is the chief spokesperson. So we only speak when mandated for by the chief spokesperson. These compatriots have named themselves Mtwakazi CCC, because Mtwakazi is a way of life. It is not an identity, it is a way of life. That way of life is engulfed in the spirit of Ubuntu. I've traveled globally, and we have heard this thing being emphasized by the African Union, by the United Nations. Ubuntu means I am because we are. So it means it's a way of life, it's a culture. It means that I'm able to carry your burden. It means I'm able to carry your pain. It means I'm able to feel you. It means I'm able to carry your struggle. It's at the center of our important value. Remember, we have 3 values which we are going to, and I have the pleasure to mention one of them, but we are also obviously going to be published. One of our important values is CCC, and I'll say today is solidarity. Ubuntu is solidarity. It means I am because you are. It means that if you have challenges, I'm able to embrace you, irregardless of your race, of your tribe, of your culture, of your religion, of your any other divide that you can think of. It means that I'm able to embrace you because we have got a collective destiny. That destiny is a destiny that uplifts humanity. So humanity, irregardless of even its own political and ideological persuasion. So it goes up back the true definition of what can divide society and put society at the integral part of unifying for the purpose of uplifting humanity and uplifting the dignity of ordinary people, Africans, Blacks, and Zimbabweans in particular. So it is for that reason that the Citizens Coalition, what some people might not understand, say, no, this is no. Don't fall into ZANU thrives on divide and rule. ZANU thrives on casting aspersions and defining terms and sayings for us. We define who we are. We define how we act. We define how we unite. We define how we act. At the end of the day, every Zimbabwean has got an opportunity and an objective to make sure that that's why in the Citizens Coalition for Change, we have seen us. We have seen our champion, one of the leading champions, Comrade Nonhlanhla. You have seen them in Bulilima. You have seen Precious. You have seen our champions there in Nyama and others to show that this party has presence over the country. You have seen our champions, Sam and others in Manicaland. We have seen us officially endorsing the campaigns for the people of Manicaland, who are the first people in this part of the country to reject ZANU-PF and Ndabaning Sichol and for the opposition against Mr. Mnangagwa, because they know that that guy was always a crook. The Ndau people were supported by the Citizens Coalition for Change because they fully are part and parcel of the movement. That's why you saw us in Binga convincing and organizing and supporting the Batonga people. You have seen us in Mashingo supporting Wejira. You have seen us in Matabeleland supporting Mtwakazi. You have seen us in the migrants supporting our people. So we are a national organization, a national movement which embraces every Zimbabwean, and we support them without any fear or favor, because what makes us qualify into this movement is that we are citizens. You never see us falling into ZANU-PF's trap of isolating and demobilizing people on the basis of their identities. Ways of identities that were brought to us by the colonizer thanks to the Berlin Conference. We are very clear, we are conscious of our evolutionary responsibility. That responsibility to make sure that we unite our people. We make sure that we provide water for everyone. And there is poverty, it doesn't choose race, doesn't choose age, doesn't choose sex, doesn't choose tribe. It only affects everyone regardless of this identity. So we have to make sure that we have a society whose economy and whose politics works for everyone. That's why you find us here. That's why you find Vice President Kore here. That's why you find every other champion or champion, VP Walsh. You find every champion here. That's why you find Honorable Beat here. That's why you find us in every other, because we support every effort. So we are here to make it known without any fear of contradiction that this effort by Zimbabwean people, this effort by Zimbabwean citizens is much appreciated, and we hope that citizens can help us to push that envelope by donating and making sure that we emerge victorious in Bulilima. As I said, the struggle of the people of Bulilima is our struggle. The struggle of the people of Zimbabwe is our struggle. When bullets begin to shower, we are with the people of Bulilima. We support them as the coalition. We support them as the people of Zimbabwe. We urge our people to support this important struggle so that tomorrow we don't come to the
Wow. I see a Cde Ostalos has dropped. Bantu bakithi mina ngisele imilomo yezinkulungwane yokubonga uComrade Ostalos, our citizens deputy spokesperson. He has said it all. I would not want to add any to what you said. I was just about to explain to you what CCC is, but he has just said it all. Siyabonga kakhulu Comrade Ostalos. Now citizens, izizwele bantu bakithi, kuthiwa I am because you are. So, well, therefore what it essentially means is that you and me have a moral responsibility to support this noble initiative. Like Comrade has said, asisenzeni ndawonye, siyekeleleni ukukhangelelana ukuthi lokhu ngokwakobani, lokhu ngokwakobani. We are all citizens who are dying for change in Zimbabwe, long overdue. So thina sithi umkhulu umsebenzi. So mina lawe, let's do something. Let's finish this job that was started by our liberation struggle warriors and our country, our beautiful Zimbabwe, to a true democratic society. So my citizens, ngiyadicela bakithi, ngibonga uComrade Ostalos of these wonderful submissions. He's just nailed it. Siyabonga kakhulu. Let us just support the initiative and contribute, each one of us, $1, rand, Zimbabwean, whatever it is, Zimbabwean dollars, okuncane konke siyakwamukela. We thank you all. Thank you, citizens. Thank you all those who have managed to come to our space today. We really appreciate your efforts. We appreciate your continued support. As a citizens, we all know what so far Citizens Coalition for Change is the only hope yokususa ijunta. So asazi abanye basacabanga ukuthi kulonye, guys, we don't have time. It's now ukuthi sisuseni ZANU-PF simelele ukutshintsha ilizwe lethu. It's only just 2023 is just around the corner, my citizens. Siyanicela asisebenziseni ndawonye. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. We really appreciate our spokes for his beautiful and wonderful submissions. I would not want to waste so much time. I will hand over to Sarah. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ntokozo, and yeah, thank you very much for your support and your participation. And yeah, this is all of us together, support of our space. And thank you to everybody else who has joined us. CCC Diaspora, do you want to just greet everybody, seeing as you've a speaker? Please take the mic.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you for today, CCC Mtwakazi, my brother BK, and also Precious, the usual hosts and co-hosts of this program, and the speakers that are already here, Chuchu, Peter, Emmanuel, and of course, our champion deputy spokesperson, Cde Ostalos, our MP for Wanke, citizen MP Daniel Molokele, who is in the space. We know that sometime later is going to take the mic to greet the people, as he always does when he passes through this space. I have only one request that I have right now before I hand back the mic to the host and the co-hosts. There's power in numbers. There's power in numbers. Kindly invite one person. I know that it is very difficult for many people to overcome that inertia against retweeting and spreading the message. But I kindly implore you, invite one or two more people. One person or two more people, so that we double our numbers. It makes the job much easier. Share the link that is up there, so that as many people as possible can see it. I can see that we moved a lot from, because we started at 0 and we are now at 85%. We didn't reach that number by mistake. It took a lot of effort from all of you. Therefore, I'm imploring you, I'm asking you, I'm pleading with you one more time. Let's invite as many people as we can to this space. The words that don't deserve to be heard by 5 people, by 10 people. Everyone needs to be here so that we can hear these words. Let's share the link. The more we share the link, the more people are going to actually find this space after it is finished, and the words will then spread like wildfire. So let's all invite at least one person, just one person besides you, and make sure that they come. Thank you so much. For now, I will yield the mic back.
Thank you very much for your address, Dr. Zico. And yeah, thank you so much for your support. We do really appreciate it. I'd also like to thank our first donor, Hope, who's donated $11. Thank you very much for kicking us off this evening. And I would like to maybe just choose 3 people and ask if they could donate. We've got 90 people on the space. If everybody gives $5, which is our minimum donation, we'll easily reach our goal to finally get to 3,000. So I would like to pick on a few people. So BBG and Paul, I've seen your activism on Twitter and what you've been doing. Thank you so much. If you could donate $5, $10, just one coffee for Deputy Spokes Ostalos, that would be wonderful. We've got, let me see, Comrade Chams, and if you could donate $5 using the link above. And let me see, someone else, Martin Mapika. If you guys could all donate $5, $10, we'd really appreciate that to help us get our goal. I'm sure Comrade Ostalos will join us when he has connectivity again. So yeah, thank you. If you just stay on the space and we'll wait for him to rejoin us. So what we are fundraising for is the Bulilima by-elections. We have 3 different candidates who are running for councillor in Ward 1, Ward 14 and Ward 16. If you follow CCC and Tokazi, and you will see their pictures. We've been circulating posters for the by-election. Please feel free to grab those posters, share them on WhatsApp, share them on Facebook, share them on your Twitter account as well. And let's just spread awareness that we have these great candidates who are running for by-election. And we're working towards purchasing regalia, flyers, and helping spread the CCC message. So I think, Precious, maybe you could just briefly explain how the candidates are chosen. I think it's an interesting process for some people have heard already, but yeah, and please keep donating while we're on the space. The link is at the top. There's a Ko-Fi space, and the minimum's $5, which is, a cup of coffee. So buy a cup of coffee for Bulilima, buy a cup of coffee for our change champions who are working on the ground. We've got Precious, we've got Noshanta with us in the space. These are some of our champions who are actually going out to the areas and mobilizing citizens in that area to vote for the candidates. And the by-election is also a great space to test our election processes in preparation for the presidential elections next year. So we really hope that we'll be successful and it will give us hope in the upcoming elections. Hi, BK.
Hey, Sarah. Hi, Nando. Thank you, guys. Hi, Dr. Zugo. Thank you for coming through. Hi, Precious. Hi, Chuchu and Peter. National, I sent you a mic request. I'm not sure what's up with you, but anyway, I just wanted another Mad South the food champion to come through. Thank you very much. And I'd also like to thank the Comrade Ostalos for coming through and for stating and defining what trust means to him and most of us. That trust cannot be monopolized by any entity. So please don't associate any extremism with Ntokazi. Historically, that would be a wrong thing to do. So I'm glad that Comrade Ostalos went there and defined what Ntokazi means. And hopefully, as time goes, we will keep on addressing that because we have got the wrong idea about what Ntokazi is because of political developments in Zimbabwe over the past 10 years. But thank you very much for that clarification, Comrade Ostalos. And thank you to everybody who's donated to us, who's liked our tweets, retweeted our tweets, shared our tweets, shared our spaces. That's how we've gotten to $2,500. And now we're seeking just another $500 to get to the end. So far, we've ordered T-shirts, we've ordered dukes, we've ordered flyers, we've ordered posters, and we've ordered beret for the Bulilima by-elections. And I'd like Precious, she's one of the, she's actually a registered voter in Bulilima, and she'll give us the work they've been doing on the ground. She'll also profile the candidates who've been selected so that you guys get the background and how these candidates are community candidates. And these are not essentially people imposed on the people. These are people who were selected by the community. Please go ahead, Precious. And thank you very much for all the work you do on the ground. It's greatly appreciated. And we will try on our end. The diaspora group and the people in Bulawayo, there are people in Bulawayo who have come through on the ground and actually give money. So even like there is the diaspora, there's also people in the material who have come through and actually contributed money towards this cause. And we want to make sure that ZANU-PF gains in material South and material North is reversed in come 2023 and even in Bulawayo. That's the main objective of CCC Mtwakazi. We want to make sure that ZANU-PF, whatever gains they've made since 2018, is reversed in 2023, and to make sure that material land becomes the bastion of opposition politics again, like it was between 2000 and 2008. Thank you very much, Precious. Please go ahead. And please, guys, the link is in there. We're trying to make sure that we hit our goal today, and then we can proceed with the business of making sure that everybody on the ground is generally taken care of. Thank you. Go ahead, Precious.
Thank you so much, PK. And thank you, Sir and Dr. once again. Thank you, everyone who has since joined again from the last time I spoke. As OPK has already said, I'm a registered voter, Ward 14. So I always say, even if things get bad, we won't get 0 votes in Ward 14 because my vote will be there. And we have been working tirelessly. I would like to thank Sis Nomhlanhla. I'm seeing her on the platform here. She's one of the champions who've been doing wonders since the proclamation date of election. She has given herself selflessly. Even though she's a cluster leader for Imatovo RTC Gunkwazo program, she's been juggling between Imatovo and Bulilima, and you know how bad the roads are. She's been offering her car, even her fuel, and as I said before, we are really struggling in terms of fuel. We have been contributing for those that are going ground. We've been contributing fuel in the few cars that have been availed. So, you know, offering your car, petrol, is a really big sacrifice because it doesn't only require fuel, but also hours and tears that it gives petrols that we have, especially Bulilima. So thank you so much, Champion Nomhlanhla. And before I proceed, I see Champion MP Honorable Mologele, Honorable please support us with fuel, and I hope by the end of the day today, we will also pledge on this space. So thank you so much, everyone. As OPK said, we embarked on a community candidate selection process where we had questionnaires, and we are approaching different people from different spheres of the community. We would approach youth, business people, traditional leaders, teachers, nurses, and a lot of different leaders in their respective areas in the world there, and would engage them on the type of candidates that they want, and would even ask them to give us names, would rate the candidates we will have them rate our candidates on a scale of 10. Then at the end of the day, we tallied those ratings and came up with the best possible candidate that we were given by the community. So as I always say, I'm really hopeful that this election is going to be a turning point. I'm hopeful that you are going to reclaim these words, which have been opposition words since the start of EMDC, and Amani changed in 2013, Amani changed in 2018. So I'm hopeful with the process that we embarked on this election, we are going to reclaim Becky Wilima, of course, with your help, because having a community candidate and failing to support the candidate institutionally, it won't help us. So with your support, the community candidates are going to win this election. So I urge all of you here to really come together and help us, help community candidates bring back the word. So we have made progress, good ground. We have champions who are selflessly campaigning. They are doing door-to-doors. Words Emakaya are very big. We are told what maybe a village one is bigger than a town constituency, not even a ward. A village one, a Makaya might be bigger than a constituency in a town. So we are having our champions who are selflessly campaigning on the ground every day. I've been fighting with PK, so PK, but we have been fighting with the flyers to really reach me before this weekend, so that the champions, when they are on their campaign trail, they mustn't be just ukuluma umlomo. They should have flyers and posters to show people these are our candidates. Even if abantu bebazi those candidates, we really need to have our flyers and pamphlets. We really need those berets and those t-shirts and the other Galia that UPK and his team have ordered. So thank you so much, guys. We wouldn't have done this without you. We are really working tirelessly go ground. As I said before, Ward 1 and Ward 14 have really started tirelessly working on the ground. At 16, though they were still dragging their feet here and there because of a few commitments here and there for the team members who have been deployed there. Tomorrow they are going there, and everything I think is going to be smoothly flowing from tomorrow going onwards. So I really promise our champions that we are working very hard to bring back Amawadze Wililima back to the people, to people's power.
Hello, sorry to interject on you. Yes, and because of time, I think if we can try to skip our speech, maybe if we give you like 3 minutes, so that we can allow our citizens as well to share or to ask questions that they may have. Ngiyabona lapho uyasebenza kakhulu dadewethu, siyabonga kakhulu.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu Ntokozo. Vele amazwi amabesephelele khona lapha, siyabonga kakhulu. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Pre. Greatly appreciate it, Nando. Just want to give you an update before Nando continues. We received a donation from Hope, 2 copies. Coffee supporter, Junior, thank you very much. Baroness Maudo, thank you for the donation. Wanda Philip Perry, the gave us actually $50. I think this is their second donation, but if not third. Thank you. Then Dr. Zico gave us $30. Thank you very much. So today we've managed to raise $100. So our goal today is $500. So we are left with $400. And as I promised you, I'm really trying to make sure that by end of Sunday you have all the posters, flyers, and regalia that we've ordered for you guys. We greatly appreciate you, and I know for visibility, regalia is very important as well, and it's important when we interact with communities, to connect with them in different ways. And thank you very much. You are greatly appreciated. I'm not sure what's happening, but the connection I can look proper. But Kanyati in it and I recognize you, Honorable Morogera. Thank you for joining us. And Luxen is also one of the team of System Travazi involved in this initiative. Thank you very much to everybody who's joined us. Please, there is a link. $5 is the minimum donation. We started fundraising last week, and we're trying to make sure what we are done today so that we finalize everything. So please, please. $5 is minimum donation, but you can give us $50 or $100 if you are so inclined. Because like it's already been stated, we need every citizen has to come through for Zimbabwe. I mean, all of us right now are paying black tax, your black tax, which has been doubled or tripled because of ZANU-PF being in power. So Umhlanhla is connecting right now, and she's been having connection issues. I'll let him go ahead and then what's been happening on the ground and how she sees the next 3 weeks of campaigning going. So she's still connecting. What you said? Oh, sorry, Nanto.
Yes, thank you, BK. Thank you, everyone who's contributed towards this cause. How about maybe BK, if we can give one of our speakers a chance, one of our citizens to speak before we allow our rural champion to speak. I see we've got like Utuchu there. We also got Depth. Maybe if we allow our citizens to speak as well, then our champions can perhaps answer the questions that will be posted. Thank you.
That's fine. You can go ahead.
No, the floor is yours, Chu. Thank you.
Thank you, citizens. All protocols observed. I come to you this afternoon. I'm so humbled by the words of our champion, Comrade Ostalos. I think we are stronger together, and our purpose is what matters. We are all trying to reach to the ultimate goal of actually putting our champion leader, President Nelson Chamisa, in the office. And we don't have to be wasting our time, saying who is who, but the race is ours to run. Let's do it together, and together we are stronger. I'm coming from Coventry, a branch which has been trained to Bulilima. We are also fundraising in order to actually mobilize resources for Bulilima team on the ground so that we go through the by-elections. I think last week Sunday, we also had Zoom meeting where we were speaking, and Comrade Precious was also among the speakers on the platform. And we are mobilizing resources here. I think by the end of next week, we should be able to send the money which should assist us in maybe fuel and the like. So we are all in it together and mobilizing from all corners. And our ultimate goal is to win the constituents of Bulilima Ward 1, 14 and 16 back to CC, and we really thank and appreciate the great work that is being done by our foot soldiers, and we are in it together. Count on us, we are doing our part. It's just a matter of time, but we are doing our part. We really want to see Bulilima coming back to the CC family. We know things happened, but that will not stop us to move forward. Let's look forward and keep moving. That's the way to go. And we are in it together. That's just a promise that I came to assure the team on the ground. We are doing it. We win Abulilima, and together we are stronger. Thank you very much. And everyone who has spoken on the platform, I really appreciate, and I'm humbled by your words, and the encouragement that's coming is really mighty, and that's the spirit. Onwards forever. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chuchu, and thank you, everyone else. Nonhlanhla, if you would like to grab the mic, we'd really love to hear from your perspective what is happening on the ground and how you're feeling in the build-up towards these by-elections in Bulilima.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
Thank you. Salibonani bakithi mabuthunguquko Thembu Tikele Phila. We're all good and well on the ground. The spirits are high, and the ground is cool because these candidates, candidates are they are not party candidates. Most of them are not even politicians, candidates abazikhethelewona. So siyathemba ukuthi bazabavotela babebakhethile. So lathi we're on the ground sisebenza khona ukuthi siyewina ama-elections eBulilima. We appreciate imisebenzi yonke eyenziwa yi-CCC diaspora. We appreciate our deputy spokesperson Ostalos Ziba, comrades. Thank you much for appearing on the space, and Uzokutas Bandu, you say it better. That's why you're a spokesperson. Appreciate imisebenzi and our comrades available Bulilima, Precious, Mamu Vesi, Wenkomo, and I appreciate the comrades about all the MPs of who are also committing to be in Bulilima. Please, I hope to recommit my comrades and go to Bulilima. We also hope that my comrades Vela Matnos. I can see Honorable Lokele Ukonalapa. Comrade, please commit to Bulilima. I think Bulilima will be a taste of Unkwazo. Bulilima will be a taste of Matebeleland, a taste of what will happen come 2023. So ukuthi sihlale njengamatebeleland sifuna la ukuthi sihambela wonke umuntu ofuna utshintsho ofuna ukaba upresident uNelson Chamisa ukuthi ayengena njengoba sisitsho ukuthi hayi yena kangene. So
are you still there? Or are we having connection issues? I think she's having connection issues. Can you hear me, Natasha? Okay, while Natasha is reconnecting, thank you very much to everybody who's donated, and I'd just also like to state, ever since we started with the March by-elections, we went into the April voter registration exercise. We did Pinganot celebrations. We fundraise for Mkwazo and disperse the money there. And Bulilima is actually our 5th initiative, CCC in Twagazi. We've actually gained about 243 different people actually donate via the Ko-Fi platform. So thank you very much, guys. The way to get a ZANU-PF is for it to be a community thing, is for everybody to connect and network. Labantu, your people in their circles. That's the only way you can go after ZANU-PF. Your neighbors, your friends, your workmates. Connect with them, whether you're in the diaspora or you're at home. Speak to them. How is ZANU-PF, they have 42 years in power, has actually made Zimbabwe go back, right? Our countries, other people have got more experiences, more opportunities better than ours. You know, Zimbabweans have better opportunities when they leave the country, but then they go to some countries where other Zimbabweans now have to struggle because they are undocumented and the woman so please, network wherever you are. Please, guys, so far today we've managed to raise $100 so far. So we're trying to get to $500 today, so that we can essentially close this fundraising platform until there's an emergency per se. But our initial call was $3,000, and Stella, please, thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, BK. Please, if anybody would like to request the mic, we'd be very grateful to hear from you. If you've got any questions for the Change Champions, please feel free to ask those questions. We also have Honourable Daniel Molokeli, MP for Wange, with us on the space. So please feel free to request the mic, and we can have open discussion as well. So welcome. We have Chamisa, Luxon, BBG, Weezy, nice to see you. We've got Confidence, Epox, we see you all the time, thank you. Imi Bono, Peter, Edwin, Rich, Terry, Dobbs, Bakalsi, Victor, Megs, Bernice, lots of people joining us on the space. Lucky it as well. And Chilo, Safe, Milton, thank you everybody who's joined to support Bulilima. We have someone requested, that's Ntogozo. Let me just approve that one. So thank you very much. So we're nearly there, you guys. We don't have much left, and we are nearly at the finish line. So please, if you want to buy coffee for our Change Champions, buy coffee. We've got 2 Ephraim Moyers. They are both running for different wards. And we also have, sorry, I need to just...
it's Makadi Moyo.
Yeah, Makadi. You have to say Makadi because
Makadi. Okay. Thank you.
So so our citizens are so in these wards, the candidates have actually been picked by the citizens on the ground, using a process that our Change Champions have implemented. Then our Change Champions have actually gone to the various local groups, the churches, youth groups, and these kinds of organizations to vet the candidates, to make sure that they're suitable candidates. So the candidates have actually been chosen by the people to run for those areas. And this is very, very encouraging. Because they haven't just been put into these places, just picked from nowhere. They are actually people who are already active in the community and already involved in things like healthcare. They're involved in business. They're involved in the churches, in these different wards, and they're already respected by the citizens on the ground. So we have a lot of confidence that they will deliver. They all are involved in many different projects already. They support the local communities anyway. So now all they're doing is they're putting on an official councillor hat, and we as citizens also need to just support them in those efforts. And we really hope that with the new government and with them coming into position, they'll be able to make significant and meaningful changes to their communities. Plumtree is a border town, so there's a lot of opportunity for growth and development in that area. I'm sure many of you know that Francistown just completely it grew to such a massive extent when Zimbabwe was facing its challenges, because a lot of people were going over to Botswana to do their shopping. So our Zimbabweans have actually had a major impact on the Botswana economy, and we really hope that at some stage Plumtree will be able to benefit from cross-border trade and just being a hub in that area.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you very much to Gerard Mhlanga. Thank you very much for your donation. Greatly appreciated. Please, guys, keep the donations coming. So essentially, what's been happening is we all know what happened to the political finance act that is supposed to make sure that every party that has got our members of parliament were elected in 2018, they get funds. Essentially, this is not money that's supposed to be dictated to by the court or by ZANU-PF proxies. This is money that is based on 2018 election votes. And in 2018, people voted for Nelson Chamisa and the NDC alliance that he led, but somehow the ZANU-PF found a way to use the courts, which essentially are compromised, to take away that funding. And the party right now, it doesn't have any funding when it's supposed to be getting funding, based on the percentage of vote that they got in 2018. That's why Tina is people in the diaspora came together, decided, okay, what can we do? There are some of us based, there are some in South Africa, some US, Australia, UK. You have people in even in Tanzania, I think I already mentioned, in Botswana as well. So we are all over in the diaspora, and then there are some also back home. People have also joined the cause and said, you know what, we can come through and assist. So please, every dollar helps. $5 donation. If you want to, you've got fuel coupons that you want to donate to us, please don't hesitate to DM us. And if you'd like to donate to us fuel, please do donate, and we'll make sure that it is allocated to fuel, because there is a challenge of fuel currently with the teams that are deployed in Bulilima. And as Upresha said, a village in Bulilima is the same size as a constituency in terms of the size. So trying to connect, because it's interacting with our citizens, and that interaction, it means you have to travel long distances. So please use the link in the space and make a donation. And thank you very much to everybody who's donated today. We greatly appreciate you. Martin, thank you very much for your donation that has just come through. It is greatly appreciated. Let me see what percentage our fundraiser is at now.
Yeah, we got another 2 copies from it as well. Thank you very much for the donation. We appreciate that. Thank you.
So far today we've raised $121, and we're sitting at 89%, so 11% to go. That's about $330. So please, I know what you see 74 lapha, you know, $5 the amount to more than that. So please, I'm asking of you. Mama Bulawayo, hi, Hunjani. Oh, easy. Thank you for joining us. I think she still has network problems, but Dr. Ziko, please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, BK. Indeed, amazing times for Bulilima. I think sometimes tragedies become blessings in disguise. Because after the political finance act, which then through which ZANU-PF took away the resources that rightfully belonged to the people's MPs and the people's president because of the 2018 presidential result. After that decision to deny us the funds, the effect was opposite to what ZANU-PF thought, which is they thought that they were going to destroy the people's movement. Instead, the people's movement was actually strengthened, and it helped galvanize the citizen, especially in the diaspora, together. In times past, I have not seen the diaspora coming together the way it is doing right now to help their local communities the way we are helping Bulilima right now. Meaning, sometimes, even though we see the dark side and we don't encourage ZANU-PF and the government, they lead, to rob us in daylight like they did, but we are actually the ones are benefiting from what they thought was negative, because now more citizens are now conscious of the evil works of ZANU-PF, and this is what is giving us the push to go an extra mile to do something. Besides asking for the donations, we are also thanking the citizens for the show of solidarity. There is no day that I have come on this platform with the CCC diaspora handle where I didn't see a donation. Every time there's someone whose heart is moved deeply to go and do something for Bulilima or for anything, there's no day where we go away empty-handed, and for that we are really, really grateful to all of you change champions who are right here. And indeed, we can finish off the Bulilima fundraiser today. If we put our hearts to it, it's only 300 US. That's 10 people donating $30, or 30 people. 30 people donating $10, or 100 people donating something like $3 each. So if we just donate $10 each, you will be shocked at how much we can do. The bigger the number, the better the fundraising process. And this is the reason why I don't know if you have ever offered the mic to Citizen MP at Nomoloked. These are some of the stuffs that I would like to hear him and the champions who are up here talk about. The motivation among the diaspora and how we can increase that motivation to people who are not yet aware of the initiatives that are going on. So let's keep donating. Let's keep supporting the Bulilima. I'll just ask a question that I keep getting from the people. This question will probably go to my sister Precious and not Lasla. There's something that is very peculiar about the Bulilima candidates, which is that they are all Moyos. There is Ephraim Moyo and Ephraim Moyo. Then there is the Moyo again. So one person asked me, are those the dominant surnames in Bulilima, or how did it happen to have two people with the same name campaigning in different wards? Something like that. It fascinates a lot of people. My sister Precious, do you have a comment on that one? It looks like she's not there. Nontokozo, can you?
Unfortunately, I can't answer that question, Dr. Rico. Thank you so much.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Wait for them to answer. I was actually asking BK. I did ask BK the same question this afternoon. Maybe BK can answer. Thank you.
Sorry, what's the question?
Yes, so the question I got was it's interesting how we have three candidates. Two of them, or all three of them, are called Moyo by surname, and two of them are actually have the same name, Ephraim Moyo. So people were just wondering how something like that happened. You know, the probability is almost zero most of the times. So it was just something that was fascinating the people.
Yeah, it's really fascinating because when it actually initially came through, people were like, "You guys show that you're not mixing this up," and then the next thing, you know, you go to what do you call it? You go to the nomination court, and you know, you get thrown out and stuff like that. But yeah, it's really actually it's just fascinating. Yeah, it seems like there are a lot of Moyos, a Plumtree, and actually one of the Moyos is a bishop. And the other Moyo is a local business person. So it's the diverse background of the candidates. Makati Moyo, she's a local farmer, businesswoman as well. So the process of selecting this candidate, it seemed like the community really came through and presented the party secretariat, the people that they deemed fit to represent them, the people who could get onto the Bulilima Rural District Council and make sure that their interests are represented, and not essentially, you know, a situation whereby you're conforming to the party more than to the community you're coming from. Right, because the thing is, sometimes there has been that departure, whereby, especially with ZANU-PF, you know, people get to these positions, they become councillors, they become MPs, and they're not speaking up for their people, they're not representing their people, but going with whatever their party decides. So for me, this whole community candidate is big for me. Why? It's people who are not politicians. It's people who relate to the community, people who live in those communities, people who want to be politicking when making speeches, but people who've experienced the life in that community and know that community and will do their best to present the positions of the community to both the party and in parliament and in rural councils or urban municipalities. So I'm really excited about that. So please, guys, as Dr. Suko was being fascinated by that question, we're still asking for donations, and I'd like to thank and recognize another donation. Thank you very much to Chokwari. Your work is important. That's the message. Thank you. We greatly appreciate that. Martin also sent us a message. Thank you, Chokwari, for the donation. Martin said together we'll get there with that donation. Then Dr. Zuko says winning Lima for change. Then Wanda Philip Piri, the WGQ, said Ati Hingeni. I'll ask Precious to probably. I'm sure this is Kalanga. And then Baroness Maudo, that donation, the message is registered to vote. So please keep the donations coming, and if you donate, you can also write a message in there, and it goes a long way. Please tweet the space, retweet the link, take the donation link, send it to WhatsApp, give a brief explain of what you're trying to do. We're trying to get Bulilima over the top. Bulilima has always been a fortress of the opposition until 2018. This is essentially a warm-up for 20 23. So please come through. Thank you very much.
Thank you, BK. I would like to come back. I don't know. I can see there's CCC Central and East Europe. I believe my brother is there. Can you kindly give him the mic so that he can come and also weigh into the debate of why it is important to support our various communities and the various clusters. If you can see there is CCC Central and East Europe. If you can come and help us in the debate, that would be quite good. So besides the fascination with the Lima and the candidates that are there, there's also an interesting trend. I think we all understand that we are in a period when elections are actually happening in Kenya as we speak, and we are learning lessons like we did with Zambia. So with Zambia, we saw that the gap between the candidates was over a million votes, around a million votes between Edgar Lungu and Hichilema. And the victory was certain from a very long time. And then now we have the Kenyan election, and the results, you don't even know whether the next minute the other candidate will be leading. It's like a seesaw. So people have been saying, let's learn from this election in Kenya. Let's contextualize it, for example, for Bulilima, which once went to ZANU-PF. It means if we say every election or every vote in an election counts, what we are trying to say is when razor-thin margins like the ones we are seeing in Kenya start happening, you can actually end up winning with one vote. When we talk of supporting Bulilima, maybe your coffee, the one we are going to donate today, is the one which is going to motivate someone to go and then cast their vote. When we defeat ZANU-PF in Bulilima right now, they are going to be so worried because that's the thing that they are afraid of the most, being defeated in places like Bulilima, like Kokwe Kabuyuni and stuff, because that is going to send a very clear message that ZANU-PF is dead and buried, and they will never rise from that shock again. So what do we do as citizens? Let's all contribute something, put something. Never underestimate the power of a dollar. A single dollar can actually go a very, very long way. Today, I saw a very sad video of a young man who went to Botswana. He wanted to look for a job to head goats or cattle or something like that. Then when he got there, he was caught by the Botswana police, and he was sent back to the Zimbabwean border. And when he was sent back to the Zimbabwean border, he had to walk to Plumtree, if I'm not mistaken, from the border. The Zim police told him, you have to start walking because you are now in your country. So go wherever you stay. And at the end of that time, some well-wishers met him on the road, and he allowed them to film him. And they asked, so you have been walking, how many kilometers are you left with? I think it was a lot of kilometers, around 60 or so, because they couldn't go and drop him. And he was asked, so how much do you pay from here, or might you pay from here to that place? And he said $2 can actually suffice. I can try to talk to someone and just go there back to my grandparents for just $2. For him, that $2 was the most critical amount that he wanted for him to reach home. It's the same with this Lima by-election that we are fundraising for. You might think that $1 is not important, but $1 can be the difference between win and a loss. So let's donate what we can. I know we have donated before. I know we donate every day. I know even tomorrow we are going to be donating again, and the day after. But the earlier we do this, the better. We say the medicine for work is doing it. If you have heaps and heaps of work, if you don't do the work, you will always be thinking that I was supposed to have done this, and it will always be at the back of your mind. It's the same with the donating. The medicine of donations is just making the donation and forget about it. So let's just go and throw in something and support. When I see my fellow champions like BK, Sarah, and Okozo, Precious, and the other guys coming on these spaces every other day, sometimes 2 days in a row, sometimes 3 days in a row, I always feel challenged. They have other stuffs that they have to do in their lives, but they dedicate the time so that they can so that we can win Lima for change. That's not been sacrifice. So the simple thing I ask you to do is when we come together, we finish this job faster, or if we finish the donations faster, it means we are leaving more time for them to embark on either other initiatives or to then go ahead with their personal lives as well. So as a thank you, because today is the last day, as a thank you to our host, Triple Sim Kwaka, my brother PK, as a thank you to our sister who always takes around pressure, as a thank you to our sister Sarah, who has been doing a lot in the background, as a thank you to Dr. Go and put your fight so that we can complete this yet. That's my ask for you. I've asked you initially that let's stick with but this time let's just go and finish the journey. After we finish the journey, we can all go ahead and then lead our lives so that tomorrow the change champion will be coming to call to act according to the information that is publicly available. We know that we are coming on Saturday on the Triple C Diaspora handle. That originated here was fundraising for Lima, so never underestimate the power of a community coming together. A lot of good and unintended positive results actually from that. So we actually thank all of you, and I challenge you. Let's go and connect over to you, my host and co-host. And I just want to ask our brothers to see Europe, Central and East Europe, to say something as well about the importance of these things. If our citizen MP can come and meet us, we'll be happy, or at least come and take the program. That would be lovely. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Zwiko. We really appreciate you. Before the next speaker comes, I just wanted to sincerely apologize on behalf of the Citizens Coalition for Change Deputy Spokesperson, Comrade Ostalos, that he